Aloha, everyone, and a warm welcome to another weekly update of vacation rentals on the island of Oahu. My name is Bryan, the broker in charge of Halepuna Real Estate, and also one of the managing partners of Island Stays Hawaii, a premier vacation rental management company. So if you have any questions regarding real estate sales here or property management for vacation rentals, you're welcome to contact me anytime. Happy to chat with you and serve you any way I can. And thank you for tuning in for this week. A lot of activity this past week. 18 new listings. We had 6 sold properties here. One really curiously, quite shocked. I'll get to it in a bit. This one at Kalakauan for $380,000. But let's just get started with this property over at Moana Hotel. And as I begin, I just want to remind everyone that if you want to see comps, Airbnb comps for what units rent for, just go to the description of this video, and I have a quality unit in each of these buildings I covered today, except for Ritz-Carlton and Kalahi, which is the Trump Towers, or formerly Trump Towers. I don't put units for those buildings because they just don't really make appealing opportunities for cash flow investors. So this is a studio over at Moana Hotel on the 14th floor, 297 square feet, priced at $225. Here's your views here. And if you're not familiar with the location of Moana Hotel, it is outside the Waikiki area, one of the few buildings outside Waikiki, right over here by Moana Center. Great location, very convenient to Magic Island, Moana Beach Park. Great surfing over here, just lounging here, and then numerous really quality restaurants all around here. I'm not going to go in these units in detail because they all have to be identical, match. It's all hotel furnishings. You can't customize your unit in any way. For the studios, the only difference is going to be whether the room has 2 beds or 1 bed, and sometimes a reclining chair that can be used as a bed. And also just a reminder that all of these furnishings you see, maybe except for this glass here, is limited common area furnishings. So if anything breaks, need to be replaced, you just contact the association and they will just exchange it for you. And I think it's a little priced high, in my opinion, for being on that floor, but it does have some ocean views. Moving over to Bamboo Studio, 240 square feet on the 9th floor, $325,000. Views here, your fees and what it covers. I think this is a good price here. Pretty nice looking unit, has been updated in some ways. Maybe about 2 years ago, the association put in new split ACs and also replaced the sliding doors with hurricane-rated sliding doors. Looks like it still has a popcorn ceiling though. Obviously that can be updated, but based on the price, I think in the floor it's located on, I think that's priced well. Trump Tower, this is a studio, which is, well, Trump Tower has now been rebranded to Kala'i. It's a studio, 355 square feet on the 15th floor, priced at $370. If you have any questions regarding Kalahi or Ritz-Carlton, just contact me directly. Here's a pretty nice studio island colony on the 42nd floor, really up there. 292 square feet, priced at $415,000. Variety of views here. Monthly fees are quite low. And this is not correct. There is no AC Central in the building. Kind of a hotel standardized look to it. So here you see there's a window AC here. And this is upgraded. Usually you have jealousy, like over here there's jealousy windows. This one obviously they fully enclosed, which is a lot cleaner look. I like that. And they just recently finished up repiping, replacing all the drain lines in this building, which is a nice capital improvement upgrade. And just on the height and the condition, I think 415 in this market's not too bad at all. And one last thing to point out is that the unit is in the Island Colony Hotel pool. And this information, just like this AC Central, this does not seem correct that you can take possession on. You can opt to remain in the pool, hotel pool, or withdraw January 1st, 2025. I'll have to get more information on this because typically, if you're a new buyer, if you want to take your unit out of the rental pool, the hotel rental pool, 4 full quarters have to pass before you're allowed to do that per the contract. So maybe they gave notice a while back in before January 1st of 2024. Maybe they realized they wanted to put this on the market and get it out, but I'm doubtful on that, but I can double check if anyone has any interest. Palms at Waikiki on the 8th floor. It's a smaller studio, 244 square feet, priced at $425,000. Your views here, monthly fees, and what it covers. This is just a hotel, standard look unit. Needs to be refreshed, in my opinion. And just based on the condition and the floor it's located on, I think it's priced a little high. And I had mentioned before, if you want to sell a property, if you hire a listing agent, really make sure that they take really quality pictures of your property. If they don't, it's really doing a disservice. And I truly believe that it detracts from interest in your property by having really poor quality photos. Pacific Monarch on the 6th floor, 356 square feet, price of $450. City views, monthly fees here. Lazy agent, not disclosing what everything's included. Pool deck, they just remodeled this maybe about a year ago. Really nicely done. Amazing views from up here, overlooking the ocean in Waikiki. This unit's been upgraded a little bit, but still could use a refresh. And these studios have been selling pretty rich prices. Obviously, I'd update all that needs to be updated, in my opinion, if you want to maximize your rental income. So hot tub. So this is one of the few properties that has a rooftop pool. Very nice. And there's also a rec room up there, a sauna. There's your sauna right there. Yep. So maybe a little high. We'll see what happens. Ilikai on the 8th floor. This is not a bad price. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 500 square feet. Just priced under $620,000. City Mountain Views, $783. And here's what it covers here. You will deal with some street noise being on this floor, but split AC, I'm not keen on this at all. I would definitely upgrade. And I have some clients, I was just at their unit yesterday, they're on the 19th floor, also Mountain View. They did a full remodel, and full meaning new flooring, they gutted the kitchen, gutted the bathroom, added a walk-in shower. This was done maybe about 2.5 years ago. They paid around $40,000 all in, $35,000-$40,000 for it all. And it looks really, really good. They're asking us to take over management from their current property manager. And we're going to refurnish it, restock it in some ways, but we're really excited. So you can, just to highlight this, is you can make this really look like a very nice unit with around $40,000-$50,000 if you want to do a total remodel upgrade. But based on that price and current condition, I think that's priced well and will likely go into escrow quickly. Over at Kalahi, this is a studio, 335 square feet on the 19th floor, priced at $650. Ritz-Carlton studio, 500 square feet on the 16th floor, priced at $688,000. Moving back to Ilikai on the 4th floor. This is a 1-bed, 1-bath. I don't know what they mean by 1 parking here, because this building units do not come with parking. And also point out, if you're not familiar with this unit, so 1-bedrooms, when these units were first built, there's a wall between here that divides the bedroom from the living area. A lot of owners remove this wall as this unit has been done. They're still called 1-bedrooms. Some agents call them studios when they list, but they're all 500 square foot, one bedroom units. Very nice looking unit. I love the views here. You will deal with some street noise and also some pedestrian noise, and also from the main deck here. I mean, kudos to the listing agent photographer. They did a good job staging the unit for photography. Have the little wine glasses here on the bed. Definitely needs to be updated if you want to maximize rental income though. But I like the views there. And I think at $700,000 good chance it's going to go in escrow at that price. Ilikai on the 24th floor, another 1-bedroom, $760,000. Here's your views here. As I mentioned before, this is on the developer floor, where if you do not use the hotel's management services, you have to use the hotel's, you're required to use the hotel's house cleaning and maintenance services, which really increase your operating expenses. And that restriction applies to floor 2 and floors 23 through 25. Ilikai Marina, this is a 1-bed, 1-bath on the 6th floor, price is $785,000. Great views here. Here's your monthly fees, what it covers. This unit, I love the views, but this unit needs to be updated. Being on the 6th floor, I think this is priced high. Again, not quality pictures, unfortunately. This looks like it's an owner-occupied unit, which is not uncommon at Ilikai Marina. And this building does not come, the units do not come with parking, but I just checked the other day. If you own in the building, you can rent for, if my memory is correct, $150, but if you want to, if you're non-owner, non-tenant in the building, you can still rent a parking stall for $175 if you live in the neighborhood. So I have a client at Ilikai who's going to be renting a stall at Ilikai Marina just to provide parking to their guests. So here's a pretty nice unit on the 13th floor at Ilikai Marina, priced for $835,000. You're going to have wonderful sunsets here. Here's Magic Island. No need to go online to look at the surf report. You can just look out your window. Got Duke's Lagoon here. Unfortunately, the picture's a little blurry. And kind of a negative here too is your lanais, unless you're on the, I think it's floor 2, 3, and 4, your lanais you can definitely use and sit out there, but the higher floor units, all these lanais are very small, not really usable at all in my opinion. And this is really weird just check this out, these pictures. So here you have the living room, kitchen's right here. It's not the kind of furnishings I'd recommend or I would do if I was doing nightly rentals. I'd definitely refurnish. And here you got the bed here. But then look what happens here in a moment. So I don't know how the unit's currently furnished. So here's which really the bedroom, they made it into a living room, and then you got your beds here. I would not recommend this setup to have your beds right by your dining area in the kitchen. Really peculiar how they did that. But really not for being on that floor, not too bad of a price. Waikiki Banyan, amazing how prices have gone up in this building. 32nd floor in Tower 1, the Makai Tower. This building does come with parking. $839,000, and this is really a fixer, in my opinion. You're gonna have some stellar views at this height that you can just see in this picture. And again, another unit doesn't have the best pictures, but original. You've got the popcorn ceiling. No asbestos in this building, which is good, so you can easily remove this popcorn. But this thing, I mean, you can do nightly rentals right now in this condition. You're just not going to get a very good rate. And I'm on really good terms with an owner of this building. He's actually consulting for us with our management company. He owns a similar unit, little higher floor, but there's months he's doing 13, 14, sometimes a little higher per month gross with his unit. It's the highest performing unit in Banyan, and I think for this upcoming, well, I don't want to disclose, but he's getting some really outstanding rate this Christmas 2024. It's remarkable. So a lot of potential, but that's a rich price, because it's going to probably cost you, I mean, on the low end, 40,000-50,000 remodel, and you can easily spend 100 grand if you really want to go high end for remodel. So that's really pushing the price here in that condition. Kalahi, 28 floors, a 2-bed, 2-bath, a little over 1,400 square feet. Price at $1.788 million. Another one at Trump on the 28th floor, another 2-bed, 2-bath, price at $1.838 million. And here's over at Ritz-Carlton, a nice 3-bed, 3-bath on the 34th floor. Just incredible views here and just a top-notch unit, just under $4 million. Check out your monthly dues though. But let me just show you this picture right here. That's phenomenal. And this is when I talk about good photography. Here's a great example. And lastly, listing penthouse, 38th floor over at Trump Tower, Kalahi. A little over 2,150 square feet, just priced under $10 million. This is stellar. I mean, that's beautiful. Yeah, incredible. But boy, bring your pocketbook for every month, almost over $700-800 a month for your monthly fees. Okay, moving on to sold Hawaiian Monarch. It's a studio on the 11th floor, 27 days on the market, sold for $310,000. Hawaiian Monarch on the 14th floor, 13 days on the market, sold for $330,000 above list price. Island Colony on the 36th floor, 136 days on the market, sold for $360,000. Kalakauan, this one is shocking. So these units rarely come on the market. This is on the 6th floor. Prior to this unit selling, there's the record was 362 units that sold for 360 back in 2022, I believe it was. So this was listed $450,000, only on the market for 17 days, and I'm amazed the seller took $380,000. This is a screaming deal for a buyer, in my opinion. After I saw this sell record, I called the listing agents asking for more information on why did it sell such at a price below list price, and he really had no explanation to give me. I think the seller left some money here. And to point this out, there's one in escrow right now at $439, and that seller had an off-market unit that just came up that I have a client who is now backup offer at $425. So this is just shocking. And the unit that's currently in escrow at, I think it again at $439. If I was a buyer, I may want to renegotiate the price. And with my client being in a backup offer on an off-market opportunity at $425, I think we would probably renegotiate based on this comp as well. So this is really going to disrupt the values, in my opinion, at Kalakauan, even though I do believe that market value for these units, if they're in good shape, is higher than 380. I would definitely say above 400, just based on other comps for, I mean, this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath in Waikiki, 437 square feet. It's just a remarkable price point. So amazing. We'll see what happens there, but I just think that some buyer got a great price there. Ritz-Carlton, 74 days on the market. This is a studio, $670,000. And Ilikai on the 17th floor, $780,000, 5 days on the market. And that's a wrap for this week. As always, any questions, contact me anytime. Otherwise, I'll be back next week. And if you like this content, I'd love to see you subscribe or give me a thumbs up or leave a comment. Thanks, and you take care. Aloha.